Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video on my channel. In this video I would like to talk about using 10 by 25 binoculars for astronomy. So in this video I would like to talk about whether you should really use these binoculars for astronomy, and I would like to talk about my opinion about these binoculars. So definitely make sure to check out this video if you're planning to buy these binoculars for astronomy. But first of all, I would like to mention that this video is not sponsored, I'm not being paid for it, and all products shown in this video were purchased by myself. But now let's talk about these binoculars. So first of all, when planning to buy binoculars, you will quickly realize that there are two different numbers. In this case, for example, 10 and 25. These numbers are very important when planning to buy binoculars for astronomy. The first number stands for the magnification. So in this case, we'll get a magnification of 10 times. The second number, so 25, stands for the diameter of the optical component. So basically this diameter. In this case, we do have 10 by 25 binoculars. In astronomy, it's challenging. And there's a big difference between observing objects in nature and in astronomy. So when observing objects in nature, these objects are very bright, but when observing objects in astronomy, so these deep sky objects, so nebulae for example, these objects are very dark. And therefore it's very important to collect a lot of light in order to be able to observe these objects in night sky. In this case, we do have a diameter of 25, which is not that good. So now I would like to give you my honest opinion about using these binoculars for astronomy. So to be honest, I would not recommend buying these binoculars for astronomy. It's very easy to answer that because when observing objects, deep sky objects, with these binoculars, you will not see a lot of structures. First of all, due to the diameter of the optical component, so you will not be able to collect enough light in order to be able to see these deep sky objects. You can use these binoculars for observing objects in nature, but for astronomy they are not suitable. Right now you're asking yourself, which binoculars should I buy instead? I've prepared something for you. So right next to me you can already see the 20 by 80 binoculars. They are very big, quite expensive, but they are very good. Perhaps these binoculars might be too expensive for you, and therefore I've prepared different binoculars. So as I mentioned, these very small binoculars are not that suitable for astronomy. Instead, I would recommend these 10 by 50 binoculars. They do have the exact same magnification, but they do have a diameter of 50 millimeters. And that is very important in astronomy because these binoculars will help you to collect more light, and therefore you'll be able to see more objects in the night sky. So that's very important. So in astronomy, the diameter of the optical component is one of the most important aspects. For me personally, the diameter of the optical component matters more than the magnification. Because in astronomy, some objects are very big, but they are dark. So for example, the Andromeda galaxy. It's a very big and bright object in the night sky, but it's still too dark for these very small binoculars. So with these 10 by 50 binoculars, you can already see some structures in the Andromeda galaxy. And when you're using these 20 by 80 binoculars, you can even see spiral arms in the galaxy. So if you're planning to buy these very small binoculars, I would definitely not recommend to do so. Instead, I would choose one of these binoculars. I can recommend both binoculars for astronomy, but when using the 20 by 80 binoculars, you will definitely need a tripod. So definitely keep that in mind. So it's easier to use these binoculars. So if you have any further questions on these binoculars, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments and I will definitely help you. Now I'm planning to share some objects with you that you can see and observe with one of these two binoculars. So I'm planning to do that because some beginners often do not know which object they can actually observe. Therefore, I would like to go through 2 or 3 objects that are very easy to observe. The first, and in my opinion, easiest object to observe with these binoculars is the Orion Nebula. The Orion Nebula is located in the Orion constellation. It's very easy to find that nebula, and it's very bright, so it will be very easy for you finding and observing this nebula. You can see some great structures through both binoculars. For sure, when using the 20 by 80 binoculars, you will see even more structures. But with these binoculars, you can definitely already see the nebula. But definitely make sure to observe these objects when there's a new moon. And furthermore, definitely make sure to observe these objects at a place with less light pollution. Something I forgot to mention in the beginning of this video. In this video, I'm planning to share some objects with you, and I'm planning to share some images with you of these deep sky objects, but you will not see the objects like shown in these images. So I've captured these images with my bigger telescope. The next object I'm planning to mention is the Andromeda galaxy. I've already talked about that one a few minutes ago, but it's one of the easiest objects to observe, and therefore it was very important for me to mention that because it's very easy to find, and you can even see some structures in this galaxy. So when using these 20x80 binoculars, you can even see some spiral arms, which is quite nice, and it was definitely amazing seeing this galaxy the first time through these binoculars. If you're planning to observe more structures, for sure a telescope is needed, but you can already see a few structures when using these binoculars for astronomy. So these are a few objects I've planned to share with you. If you have any further questions on binoculars, about using them, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments. I've already published some other videos about binoculars, so I will link a video right there. And at the end of the video, I will link a few other videos that are very interesting if you're planning to start with binoculars into the hobby of astronomy. So if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask me down below in the comments, and I will definitely help you. If you would like to further support me, you can now become a member of my channel. Becoming a member of my channel would really support me, so your support really means a lot to me. And if this video was interesting and helpful to you, I would really appreciate a like and a subscription. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, clear skies, Felix.